Hi everyone, this is Eileen Caddy's guidance for today, January the 5th. Are you willing to change? Take time to be still and then be very honest with yourself. Do you feel complacent and self-satisfied? Do you feel it's right for others to change, but your life is all right? If this is your attitude, it's time you had a real spring clean and turned your thinking, in fact, the whole of your life, upside down and reviewed the contents. When you have done so, do not start putting back anything unless you are completely satisfied that it is of the highest and you do have need of it. The emptier you are, the better, because then you make room for the new to infill you. It is when you have nothing and feel completely empty that I can step in. Be not distressed when you feel bereft of everything. Call upon me and I will give you the kingdom. I withhold nothing from those souls who seek my help and guidance in true humility and love. Well, I love this teaching because it speaks to that quite Eastern Buddhist Zen concept of emptying out, of becoming no thing in order that we create space for God to come in. And there is this sense of, yes, we want to transform. We say we want to transform. We want to spiritually grow. We want our lives to be different. But are we really willing to do the hard work to change? It took me years probably to figure out that what I really needed to do if I wanted my life to be different was to change myself. And when we talk about change, we're not talking about the essence of us. The essence of us is always good enough, whole enough, pure enough, and perfect as it is. But we have built up layers of conditioning, of limiting beliefs, of pain in our mental and emotional bodies, if you want to use a term more from yoga. The yogis believed we had 5 different bodies, not just a physical body. We have a mental body, an emotional body, an energy body, and a spiritual body as well. We build up limiting beliefs, thought patterns, pain, emotional wounds, stories that kind of collect in us. There's this density and energy in our heads, in our physical bodies, in our emotional field. And I think what this piece speaks to, this wisdom speaks to, is being able to let go of it all so that God can step in. And sometimes, for many of us, that happens when we have what's called a dark night of the soul, when we hit rock bottom, when we feel at our most bereft, our most despairing, our most empty, where we give up, because the personality cannot find a way out of it. It's that moment when grace can step in and lift us up. And I've directly experienced that myself. And in those moments when I was having a dark night of the soul and I felt absolutely hopeless, I remember receiving this wisdom to surrender and saying, I don't know what surrender is. I don't understand how to do it. And the answer coming back, surrender is different to giving up. With surrender, there is beauty, light, and hope. And that lifted me up with grace at a moment when I most needed it, at a moment when I was most ready to give up because I felt I had nothing. God rushed in. So there's this sense of emptying out, of being no thing, emptying out of all of the thoughts, the feelings, the old patterns that no longer serve us, that busy energy of the mind that preoccupation, that rumination with life, and allowing an emptiness and something different to come in, because that's when the new energy can come in. That's when new ideas, new possibilities, new life and new light can come in. So if you are feeling at your lowest, if you're feeling despairing, if you're feeling empty, know that this is, and it might feel like death, and it often is, because it is a death. It's a death of the ego. This is a moment, a grace-given moment, a God-given moment, where God is ideally placed. God is of your understanding, the divine grace, something bigger, more mysterious and powerful and loving than we could ever imagine, is primed and ready to step in and lift you up. Sending lots of love.